This is SpyGuy888, and it sure has been a while, huh? Not since the last time I posted a video, obviously, unless something really bad has happened in the last 2 weeks since I recorded this. But it's been exactly a month to the day, at the time of recording, since I last uploaded a Ghost Recon story video. This is the 4th video in this series, going over the Ghost Recon Breakpoint story, like all the DLC and stuff like that. I would definitely recommend watching the previous 3 videos. They'll be in a playlist card that should show up in the top right corner right now. And in this video, I'll be talking about the story of the Rainbow Six Siege crossover event mini DLC thing, Operation Amber Sky. Before I get started, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button because it tells YouTube that this might be a good video to promote. Also consider subscribing because that also helps with promotion, but you'll also be notified when I post a new video. If you also click the bell button too, because YouTube likes that too, I guess. And it makes the number next to my name go up, which is always pretty cool, and it's completely free. And if you decide you hate me, you can just undo it. Simple as that. Literally no consequences. So yeah. Alright, now that there's a really loud airplane going over my head, let's start this story of thwarting global terrorism and the weird borderline sci-fi tactical superpowers that Rainbow Six Siege is known for nowadays. And I mean, isn't the newest one literally an RC car that tears up the floor? Anyways, let's just go. The general inciting incident for this set of missions is that the leader of the main enemy force, the Sentinel Security Organization group, I guess, the leader, a man named Stone, was killed. By us, in fact, in the last video. Now, because there is pretty much no more major leadership, the remaining Sentinel forces decide they need money. And what better way to get money than by selling chemical weapons banned by the Geneva Convention to dangerous terrorists from around the world? Well, Rainbow Six, the international anti-terror SWAT team, didn't like this. So they snuck some of their operators onto the island of Aroa to help out friendly forces, us, that are already here. Yeah, this entire time, Nomad, a man with a son, still in the U.S., has been presumed dead and left on an island with several other Tier 1 soldiers. No major rush, I guess. We'll get into that in the next video. If you've seen my last video, which I recommend, like I said earlier, this might seem a little familiar. Once you turn on the event in the mission menu thing, you go to the little radio in Erewhon where Legion calls you, from Rainbow Six, of course. And here's that scene.
Nomad, this is R6 Actual. Come in, over.
Who is this?
I'm Legion, with Rainbow Six. I've coordinated with Colonel Mitchell for a joint operation.
What's Rainbow Six got to do with all this?
Without senior leadership, Sentinel's gotten desperate. They plan to sell a powerful nerve gas called Amber Ruin on the open market. That means foreign militaries, terrorist groups. This is an unprecedented global threat.
Great.
We need your help. You are familiar with Sentinel's operational capabilities. We have 3 operators on the ground there to help find and destroy the gas.
What do you need from me?
We have to stop all production, identify and apprehend potential buyers, and try to create an antidote.
Sure. Easy enough.
I am the point of contact on this freak. Your R6 teammates are Ash, Finka, and Thatcher. Be advised. Sentinel is deploying the gas around the island to protect their interests. Be careful.
Copy all. We'll call in when I'm situated in the field.
Understood. I don't have to tell you what's at stake here. Good luck. Legion out.
I should clarify, I don't really play Rainbow Six Siege. I have a total of 11 hours on it, stretched over several years. And I never played Ash, Finka, or Thatcher. I know Finka has like a health boost thing. Thatcher hates electronics or something like that. I don't know. I think he has like an EMP, and then Ash has like some sort of grenade launcher breaching charge thing. But in this game, which is what the video is on, so forget the actual main Rainbow Six Siege, Finka uses her health ability when you're about to die, or when you get low on health, I should say. Thatcher like destroys drones, or like at least disables drones with the EMP thing, and like turrets and stuff. And what did Ash do? Oh, she uses her grenade launcher thing to target vehicles, like ground vehicles. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna be honest. The only one I really paid attention to when they used him was Finka, because it came in handy a few times. But aside from that, I didn't really. I don't really know a whole lot about Rainbow Six. So that's just where I'm going. I'm rambling now. Let's just cut it off there.
Legion, this is Nomad. Over.
We intercepted a Sentinel transmission about an Amber Ruin attack on the Harris homestead. I need you to investigate the attack site and search for survivors. Retrieve as much data as you can so we can make sure this never happens again. Dr. Ballard has agreed to formulate an antidote for the gas. He'll need the data to further his work.
I know him well. With him on our side, we have a chance of beating this thing. Nomad out. How'd you guys even get here?
We've been tracking a major player. He was coming here to purchase Amber Ruin, so we took his place. We were able to infill the island with little issue.
We'll never get more people here.
Duh. We plan to be alone, like you, which is why we have our own gas masks.
Good thing, too. Seaburn really isn't my specialty.
So, as we start this first mission, we see a giant orange gas cloud, which is of course Amber Ruin itself. Chemical weapons in these games always have great names. Another one that comes to mind is in Spider-Man PS4 with Devil's Breath. Anyways, our first objective is to investigate a homestead that was caught in this cloud. I think I'll show it in a bit, but there are a few of these clouds that cover up a lot of area on the map. They're massive, massive clouds. I guess it's so every type of terrain is affected by the gas mechanic, but it just seems like a lot to me. If they're supposed to be producing this to sell it, they seem to be wasting it a lot on different areas of the island that they're currently living on. It seems weird to me. Let's talk about the gas mechanic itself now. When entering a gas cloud, Nomad will automatically put on a gas mask, or at least an oronasal mask, meaning it only covers the mouth and nose, which I think doesn't quite make sense to me, since this chem weapon is supposed to be a deadly nerve gas, and with only the oronasal mask, the eyes are completely exposed. By the way, FBI, this is why I was searching chemical weapons. Please don't put me on a no-fly list or bar me from owning firearms or anything like that. Thank you. Also, fuck you. So back to the gas mechanic again. Nomad can hold 3 filters for the gas mask at a time, with 1 more in the mask itself. The filter has a meter that runs out, which then leads either to you switching it out or dying horrifically from a horrible nerve gas. The speed at which this meter runs out depends on how Nomad moves. Sprinting means it'll go down faster, and crawling around or not moving at all means it will go down slower. It'll still go down, and not too slow. You won't be able to stand there for like 20 minutes, but it's slower than sprinting. And even like walking and sprinting have different speeds. Traveling in a vehicle doesn't make it go any faster, same as like staying still, but it does still tick down. And in a helicopter, even though you'd think it's like airtight or anything, it still goes down. But you can fly over the cloud to avoid draining the filter, which I think is pretty cool. Once we get through the gas cloud to the homestead, there are some Sentinel soldiers. Obviously, we hate Sentinels, so they all die pretty quickly. We also inspect the bodies of the people that died in the cloud, so that Dr. Ballard, a character from a side mission who we helped cure a disease that Sentinel used to kill homesteaders, can develop a cure. Then we find out that the commanding officer overseeing this field test of Amber Ruin, apparently this is only supposed to be like a small contained test and not the massive cloud that it is. Whatever. Anyways, the commanding officer overseeing this field test comes by, and so Nomad deals with that. We take him out. His legs first, of course, because, you know, everyone knows that you don't have any important arteries down there, so that's a non-lethal hit. Anyways, we interrogate him, and find out that the information, the data that they got from this little test is being kept on a boat near the river. And so we get a cool little boat scene, or like escape scene, stealing the boat. So let's see that. I hope you enjoyed that extremely cinematic music. Let's get on to the next mission already.
Legion, this is Nomad. Ready to receive brief.
Nomad, good. You're going to need to extract a Skell-Tech engineer named Daryl Morgan. He's in charge of mass production of Amber Ruin, so he'll have first-hand intel on how to stop the gas production at the facility.
Is he gonna be easy to find?
I'll push his location to you. It's heavily guarded. Good luck.
Copy. Nomad out.
So you might be thinking, alright, chemical weapons, counterterrorism, that sort of fits Rainbow Six, but is that really all? 3 operators, 4 if you count Legion on the comms, and the overall mission being sort of rainbowy? And I say no. There is one other feature that I would say is a little bit rainbowy. I should probably pick a different word than rainbowy. Anyways, that one other feature is breaching. There are several buildings that Nomad and the crew must enter and deal with the insides of, but the doorways are always blocked off. How do we solve this problem? The same way any military organization around the world solves any problem. Copious amounts of explosives. Each of these buildings has several doors, including roof hatches too, you'll see that literally a second ago, that need to be destroyed by explosives to be able to enter the building, whether that be C4, grenades, rocket launchers, drone strikes, you get the picture. Once inside the building, through these exploded hatchways, an alarm will start that will call reinforcements, but the door to the room is blocked too. Thankfully, this one just needs a solid kick. Once that's done, we need to disable the gas production device that's inside the building and eliminate all remaining Sentinel soldiers and extract a scientist working at the facility. The extract a scientist thing, that's for this building specifically as part of this mission, obviously, not for all of them. Most of them are just kill all the guys and then blow up the thing. You get the idea. Now, we have to escort this scientist through the cloud of gas to a safe place so they can start helping with the cure.
Legion, this is Nomad. Over.
An Amber Ruin buyer is striking a deal with Sentinel to purchase a gas shipment. Listen in on their communications and identify the buyer and his root organization. Once we figure out their identity, put a tracker on the shipment so R6 can locate it once it leaves Aroa and unmask the buyer's organization. Don't let them see you. Sending coordinates to you now.
I'm on it. Nomad out.
This next mission is fairly simple. Get in, spy on a meeting between the buyer of this deadly chemical weapon and plant trackers on this shipment of nerve gas, all without getting caught. Then we let it leave the island and get into the hands of criminals without them ever suspecting that they are being tracked, and then law enforcement steps in before these weapons can be used. You know, a certain U.S. agency tried to do something similar, except the U.S. agency in question sucks massive dick and balls, so they fucked it up. Thankfully, the characters in this game have a reason to exist other than violate national constitutions, so we're all good right now.
Legion, this is Nomad. Over.
Dr. Ballard needs gas samples to test the antidote prototype. Sources point to Sentinel vehicles in the land chassis factory carrying stockpiles of amber ruin. Identify and steal one of those vehicles and bring it to Dr. Ballard. If you are detected, Sentinel will relocate the entire shipment and we'll be back at square one.
What about the rest of the stock?
Destroy it. The world will be better off.
Roger. Nomad out.
Alright, mission number 4. We just commit 3 counts of malicious damage to property and 1 count of Grand Theft Auto. No, that's not a joke or an oversimplification, if I can goddamn speak. We need to blow up 3 vehicles and steal 1 more. Before that, though, we need to break and enter, too. We need to get into a large building in this base that we're going into. We need to find the computer inside that will identify which vehicles have gas samples that we need to either blow up or steal. Unfortunately, we do actually need to only steal 1, and it's always this very slow APC. There's also a helicopter with miniguns that would be much easier to steal because it's so much faster. But apparently a giant, slow, moving target of an APC is a much better idea. At least it has a pretty cool cannon on the top that the NPC teammates can use. I did actually still use the helicopter to destroy the other 2 vehicles that I needed to destroy. But then while I was doing that, the APC was stolen. Like it had the bagman, the enemy, the type of enemy that has a bunch of loot. And as soon as you start an altercation at one of the bases, they hop in the nearest vehicle and bolt. Well, there's 4 of them for each vehicle, so that way the vehicles, if you cause too much destruction or whatever, all the vehicles would get separated. Well, I just got in the helicopter and destroyed the other 2, and then as the APC was getting stolen, I shot out a few of the tires so it slowed down, and so that the driver would get out, so then I could kill him, and then I could crash the helicopter and get in the APC and drive off. The real fun starts when, on the way to the drop-off point, we are spotted by any and every enemy soldier in our path, and several of our remaining tires are popped, even though these are supposed to be bulletproof tires. Although if that were true, I probably would have lost the APC to begin with, and it all worked out in the end, so we're alright.
Got you your shipment, Dr. Ballard.
I knew I could count on you, Nomad. Now I can test the antidote's efficiency. We should have a working formula in no time.
I hope this is the last bio threat we need to face together.
Nonetheless, we make a great team, don't you think?
Yeah, but I could do without the reasons behind it.
Nomad, this is Legion. Now that we're striking the facility and identifying buyers, we're on the right track. Dr. Ballard is making good progress with the antidote, but we need to maintain pressure on Sentinel.
I'm ready to keep striking them down. Just tell me when and where.
Copy. Legion out.
Legion, Nomad, what do we got?
Alright, we have the location of another production facility. Coordinates are being sent to you now. We believe this facility houses a data center containing the original formula for amber ruin. I don't have to tell you what that means.
Sabotage gas production, delete data logs. This knuckle dragger gets it.
Don't sell yourself short.
No, what you need right now is a blunt force instrument. Nomad out.
So after that little bit of self-deprecation from Nomad, we get on to mission number 5. We're really spoiled with the breaching system in this one, because not just one building, but 2 have to be breached into, I guess. First, we breach into one building to disable the big gas spreading machine and interrogate the officer in charge of this whole operation into telling us where the computer system that holds the information on how to make the gas, I guess. But he's like, well, that's not going to work because it automatically gets backed up to a backup server. Well, and also the actual computer itself, we need to breach into this next building, kill all the people in there, obviously, hack the computer, and then before the timer runs out, I did it with like 30 seconds left, and then we need to run all the way to the next, it's not a building this time, it's like a big box, I guess the big server, just in the middle of the woods, thankfully out of the gas, and we just slaughter everyone. There's no witnesses allowed, which could have been very, very dark if it wasn't for the fact that Sentinel, the main villains of this game, are both so cartoonishly evil and cartoonishly incompetent at the same time. So that obviously lightens the mood, because they're always like, light those suckers up, and then get like 30 rounds to the face. So that kind of, makes it a little bit easier rather than just leave no witnesses. And then we're done.
Legion, Nomad,
Nomad, I was worried.
the plant's down. Data logs have been wiped clean.
That is very good to hear. We will not be able to synthesize any new gas. We just need to find and shut down the remaining production facilities.
You set them up, I'll knock them down. Nomad out. Legion, this is Nomad. Over.
The next Amber Ruin deal and buyer are mystery. We have a location for the gas shipment. Sending you coordinates to investigate. Identify the buyer and plant a tracer on the gas shipment. R6 can track and neutralize it once it leaves and dissolve the root organization. If you are spotted, the deal could be cancelled and tracing back to the source will be impossible.
Copy. Nomad out.
Mission 6. Mission fucking 6. This is another one that's supposed to be if Operation Fast and Furious actually worked and was a good idea and run by, competent people who deserve the jobs they have. But you may be wondering why I made the little title card thing for this mission so dramatic. This stupid mission is the sole reason why it's been exactly 2 months since I've made one of these videos. Let's just run through it and let's see if you can figure out why.
This is Porter. The gas is inspected and paid for. My men will deal with the shipping.
Bad guy spotted.
I have my own way out of Aroa. Sentinel doesn't need to know. I know what MI6 has in reserve. My former colleagues have nothing that compares to the terror of this gas.
Legion, this is Nomad. Buyer's name is Porter. Could be former MI6.
Porter. Change of plan. Porter is a high-value target. A major EU terrorist. We still need a tracer on the shipment to track it. Your new objective is to capture Porter alive. Lay low. We can't have the sellers informing Porter's organization.
I'll turn him over to the outcast. He planned to leave the island alone, so no one will know the difference. R6 can exfiltrate him later. Nomad out.
So we have to place the trackers on the gas and kidnap this guy. Sure, no problem. We have to do this without being seen. Alright, well, I've done the tracker part without being seen before. Piece of cake. This motherfucker stands next to no less than 4 people at a time. That led to some frustration and a 2-week hiatus from even playing Ghost Recon. I could have just did the other mission. You can see I have one other mission that I could have done before this one. I could have just done that. I got really, really, really frustrated. Yeah. And also, Cyberpunk 2.0, like the 2.0 update, came out around that same time, before Phantom Liberty. So I was really excited about that. So that's kind of where my time went. But I'm back on this now. So, it is what it is. Now, this next bit, instead of actually going over the mission, because I basically explained what happens, and I eventually got it, obviously, because I'm making this video now. Instead of just saying what you can already see, like I already do for the rest of this video. I'm a little compilation of my failures of this mission. There's not really too many. I probably overreacted like a lot, but here they are. It's kind of embarrassing, but here they are. And a few more that I didn't end up recording because I was trying to make sure I could actually still do it and I didn't just completely lose all brain cells. Still up in the air on that one. But finally, I freaking did it. I don't know if you can tell, there's no other enemy icons aside from these three here. I killed every single other enemy in the base with sync shot. And then I finally got it here. Oh my god, this... Ugh, fucking finally. And then, top it off, the Rainbow Six operators joke about torture. So, you know, this is just a fantastic mission. Favorite mission in the whole game, honestly. Oh my god.
This guy sure isn't talking much.
Not to worry. Once our people get a hold of him, he'll open up.
Sounds ominous. Should I be worried?
You, my friend, have nothing to worry about.
Not sure if I feel better or worse. Legion, this is Nomad. Porter's in Outcast custody. Tracker's on the shipment.
R6 will collect Porter. The mission is a success.
Copy. Nomad out. Legion, Nomad here. Over.
An anonymous buyer has a meeting with Sentinel about purchasing a shipment. You know the drill. Listen in, identify the buyer and the organization, put a tracker on the nerve gas. Stay undetected. Gather intel on where the deal is going down.
Copy. Nomad out.
Alright. On a much calmer note, we are now on to Mission 7. Yet another Operation Fast and Furious style mission. This one doesn't massively suck. First, we need to find out where the deal is even going to be in the first place. Not a problem, since the base we can get this information from is very close to our camp, the bivouac thing. And we can be as loud as we want, since we're not required to be undetected yet. Now that we know where the meeting is going to be, we have to sneak onto the base and spy on the meeting. Not a problem in the slightest. After successfully spying on the meeting, we need to follow the buyer and seller to a secondary location, again without being detected. One way to not do that is to run directly out into the middle of the open as they're driving away and then get spotted by everyone. You have to be in between like 150 and 350 meters, I think it is. You can see on screen. I thought I was going to lose them, so I just started sprinting. Definitely don't do that. You'll get caught. What you should do is spy on the meeting, then run around the outside of the building, the back of the outside of the building, to the parking lot. Then once the targets are driving away, get in the vehicle and go after them. Like I just mentioned a second ago, you can't be too close, but you also can't be too far. What I did here is actually, I got on this bike, and then I drove around, like, out the gate, and then around the corner to in the wrong direction, so that way when the car comes out and goes the right direction, I can just follow them from a safe distance. Pretty smart, I know, I'm a freaking genius. Now that we're at the secondary location, we need to spy on the buyer as she inspects each and every one of the 3 containers that are her shipment, I guess, and then we can place trackers on them. Once the trackers are placed, we still have to be stealthy. We can't get caught yet. We just bolt. We just fucking run. We just run away. We don't get spotted. We don't get seen. We just run as far away as we can until the little objective thing says objective complete, and then we're done. So that's the end of the mission, basically. We just put the trackers on, and without getting caught, just fucking run as far as we can. I mean, maybe not as far. I mean, we don't have to go that far, but you get the idea. We just fucking run.
Legion, Nomad over. What do you have for me?
Nomad, good. I have the location of the last Amber Ruin facility. I'm sending you the coordinates.
Copy. How we looking?
You take this one down and Sentinel will lose all production capability. We're in the home stretch.
And here I thought this was gonna be easy.
Keep it tight, Ghost. You're getting it done.
Roger that. Nomad out.
Like Legion said, this is the last facility. When I first started this mission, I had a helicopter with missiles and fired them at a SAM launcher near the facility. For some reason that I can't really explain, this failed the mission immediately. I don't really have any words for that. That was very weird. On my second attempt, I got in the same helicopter, or same type of helicopter, obviously, and absolutely embarrassed a missile. And then I jumped out of the helicopter and parachuted into the base, because that was, hopefully that wouldn't fail the mission, right? And it didn't, actually. Honestly, I can't explain what happened. It was very weird. After the helicopter shenanigans, it's a fairly standard CQB fight. I did get downed and then failed to stop reinforcements from coming with the alarm, but the AI teammates put in the work and we destroyed the facility in no time. Unfortunately, on top of Seaburn to deal with the chemicals, we also need to do some EOD work because at another location, Sentinel rigged an entire campus of what I think is an aquaponics facility, if I remember correctly, to explode. They rigged the entire thing to explode with bombs, with tons and tons of bombs. And they're blowing up this entire place because I guess that's easier to do than delete some important files. Either way, we need those files to not get blown up, so that's where we're going. Guarding this place, or I guess more likely guarding the bombs, are auto turrets and drones. And they hurt a little bit. Thankfully, Thatcher comes in and has an EMP, a very short-range EMP, so that takes out quite a few of them. And in no time, we disable all the bombs, and we can secure the files.
Legion, Nomad here. All munitions deactivated. Legion, this is Nomad. Over.
Finley is Dr. Ballard's former colleague. He's working under duress on Amber Ruin. He attempted to escape by plane with his work. We haven't heard from him since. Find Finley. Escort him to Dr. Ballard at the extraction point. His work is key to cracking the antidote. He's being detained in Whalers Bay Airfield. The building's entrance is accessible only by air.
Copy. Nomad out.
If you've ever seen any of my other Ghost Recon videos, and you noticed I like to fly the helicopter above the base that I'm trying to attack, and then I jump out, and then I parachute, like a skydive, and parachute down into the base, this mission right here is why. As Legion just said, We need to save this scientist who is stuck in a building where the only access is from the roof. And there's no ladder on the outside, there's no stairs on the outside. This is how you're gonna have to do this mission. Or, I don't know if there's like a base jumping like cliff nearby, but helicopters are cooler anyways. And actually, I like this part of this mission so much, I'm just gonna let it play out.
We got civilians on the run. Heads up, everybody. We have guests at the party. Hostile identified over there. Got a hostile.
ID'd an enemy position.
Wait.
You're dead!
The HVT. I have eyes on the camp commander.
Gonna get you out of here, Dr. Finley. I'm working with Dr. Ballard. Hostile in sight.
Sights on the hostile. Standing by to fire.
Moving to a quiet target.
Enemy location there. Shit! Mini gun turret! Rainbow, watch the heavy! Don't let him pin you down! Enemy spotted there! Enemy position marked. There. I see one there.
Watch your targets.
Enemy position marked. There. That's a winner!
I'll lay down some fire. Hostiles hit. Light them up.
Hostile spotted! Game on!
Roger, Ghost Lead. Just up to Commander.
Throwing a grenade! Lick one of them up.
Got an Armoros drone on station. Ready for uplink.
Shot one of them. Got one.
And with that, we can finally make our escape and help develop this cure for Amber Ruin. But first, this doctor has some words to say about the gas itself.
It's a
Novichok agent 10 times more deadly than BX nerve gas. Brought into Aroa by Raven's Rock. The gas doesn't dissipate quickly, but instead lingers in the air for days. And the physiological effects are horrifying. Violent muscular spasms, immeasurable pain, pressure on the lungs that prevents respiration, which ultimately leads to death. NATO equipment can't detect it, and Sentinel plans to sell it en masse like a product.
Dr. Ballard will find an antidote. I know it.
Now this next bit is a very, very dangerous maneuver. Out of all the times I've flown an airplane in this game, very, very rarely have I actually landed it without it exploding horrifically. In fact, this is actually my second run, because I made it through that entire fight scene in the beginning just to slam this airplane into the side of a mountain and explode. And as beautiful as that landing was, something is wrong. And no, it wasn't the missile, the incoming missile warning sign. That we can ignore that because we're too cool for that. The airplane's cargo had a tracker on it, and now we've been tracked. Now we have a final stand, but it's a cool fight scene too. So let's play that out too.
Eyes on hostile. Enemies hit. Smoke them. I'll identify over there. Winning shot. Enemy down. They're dead here. Over to you. Time for one of these bad boys. Just nailed a wolf. I had them in my sights. They found us. On alert. There, hostile. Got one. Kill them. Good shot.
this works.
Blasted up!
Okay, we're clear here. Heads up. Bad guys are close.
Nailed him! Sniper eliminated! Stay covered. Finka went down. Ash is down. Ash is down. Target there. Hostiles.
That's it. We're clear.
It got a little bit dicey there at the end, but hey, we're all right now. We're all good. And now we finally have what we need to make the cure. And that's pretty much where it leaves off. There's a little bit of dialogue here with the doctors and Legion, but that's pretty much where it ends off. Just like, hey, you know, good job for stopping terrorists and stuff. The standard.
Got your guy, Dr. Ballard. It was a close call with the ambush, but we got out in one piece.
Thank you. Nathan and his work are safe now. We have what we need to finish the antidote. None of this would have been possible without your help, Nomad.
Thank you for your work, Dr. Ballard. The antidote's our only shot to stop this madness.
Nomad, this is Legion. Rainbow Six thanks you for all that you've done. Dr. Ballard will soon have the antidote. Amber Room production facilities have been destroyed, shipments confiscated, and terrorist buyers apprehended by R6 worldwide. You saved millions of lives.
Had a lot of help. With any luck, Sentinel won't try and pull off anything else.
With you there, I don't think that'll be a problem.
If they know what's good for them.
Copy that. Legion out.
And now we reach the end of part 4 of the Ghost Recon story series thing. Only one left. That's Operation Motherland. I've talked it up before in my previous videos. It's my favorite Ghost Recon Breakpoint content because it has to do with Future Soldier, and that is like my favorite Ghost Recon game. I don't know if that's like heresy to say, but it's my favorite because it's just so freaking cool. God, I love Future Soldier. But that's not what this is about. It's the outro. God damn it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see, you know, the next one, the finale, like, subscribe, turn notifications on. That way you can see when I post it. And I promise it won't be another month. Wait a minute. Okay, it won't be another 2-month break between videos this next time. I promise, hopefully, maybe. And I'll see you then. Goodbye.